Hello, this is Sonja from My Happy Space. Welcome back at my channel. Today I'm going to do my third entry for Word Nerd, which is the illustrated faith devotional for this month. And I'm going to use these beautiful printables, combination between Brave Little Taylor and Kaylee Banks, and I think Sonjamizen's printables. And I want to attempt today to do some stitching. I was inspired by Lisa from Just Stitch, who had a live on Instagram. And she did some stitching and ruffling and some stitching on printables. So I thought that will be fun to attempt that. And we're looking at Christ-centered. That is a topical or the theme of the Bible study this week. How to look at and see Christ in the Old Testament. And she's talking about the Pharisees, which is absolutely the first word nerds in the Bible. But they were so knowledgeable about the Bible that they missed seeing Jesus in the Bible. And this topic is all about looking for Jesus in the Old Testament and just seeing everywhere you read, seeing Jesus. And yeah, that is what I'm going to attempt now. So I'll put you in fast forward and we'll put this together. So first of all, I've got my needles and my thread, which is just embroidery thread. And then I want to attempt to use this printable. This is a Sonjamizen printable from last fall. So I just printed that out and I am going to attempt to sort of do embroidery, just normal stitching and some chain stitching on these sort of the vines of the leaves. So it's just very basic, no rocket science. The chain stitch, I just followed a little tutorial on YouTube, and also Lisa also gives a very good way of doing her chain stitching. If you haven't seen the live yet, I'll definitely recommend you to go to the Illustrated Faith account, go and look for the live and just watch it. It's so much fun to see all the different ways how to do stitching and bringing material into Bible journaling. So now I'm going to attempt to do chain stitch. I'm not going to give a tutorial because, as I said, there are so many tutorials you can watch, and you can also go and watch a live video. It took me a little bit of time to figure it out, but I can remember when I was at school, we had to do quite a lot of embroidery, so it brought quite a lot of memories back. As I said, it's fairly easy and straightforward. Yeah, so I'm just, as I said, attempting here the embroidery. So I've just got these leaves and different colors of embroidering, more the oranges and the browns and the light pink. This combination, or the combination of sort of light pink and sort of light orange, is definitely one of my favorite combinations for fall. Sometimes it is difficult for me to get into the vibe of fall, being spring here in South Africa, but I do enjoy the whole color scheme and the vibe of autumn. It's really, really one of my favorite seasons, as I said previously in one of my videos. So this is how my chain stitch looks, and now I'm going to do my other little one with blue. I thought there is sort of this teal blue in the printables also. As you can see, that little girl in my bowl's glasses, that's also blue, so I thought it'd be fun to bring some blue in. So now I am done with my free little leaves. I will do some more embroidery or stitching on another part of my devotional. So I'm going to put my page together. And my theme, which I wanted to look at, or not theme, but how I want to see Jesus, is I wanted to see Jesus as the bread of life, because he often talked about himself as the bread in life. And I wanted to see how it looks in the Old Testament and how I can bring it through. In the meantime, you've seen me trying to put these leaves at my title, and I thought the title works very well. It's just all scripted, testify of Jesus. And that is, if we are reading the Bible with looking for Jesus, especially in the Old Testament, I find it so inspiring to look in the Old Testament and see when it talks about Jesus and how it represents Jesus in the Old Testament. This, especially now, I'm going to look at the bread of life and where it come across in the Old Testament and how I can see Jesus in that. Okay, the two places I looked at was both in Exodus, and first one is Exodus 29 verse 23, where it talks about having a bread without yeast on the table of his presence. And I thought it was beautiful because we know yeast is a symbol of sin, and Jesus is the bread of life, and he is without sin, and that is why the bread with the oil and everything had to be there without the yeast, because it is a representative of Jesus and a picture of Jesus. Then also in Exodus 16 verse 4 to 5, which the manna came down from heaven. God, the manna was provided for them, and they had to pick up for each day all they need. So to me, that's also a beautiful picture of Jesus, the bread of life. And we can eat of him, and we can have of him each day whatever we need and how much we need. But it is a daily thing. We cannot rely spending time with the Lord, and him being part of us reading out of the word. We cannot do it on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. We need to do it on a daily basis, just as they picked up the bread every day. And then obviously in the New Testament, we talk about Jesus. He said, he's the bread of life. If you eat of me, you will never be hungry again. It's not like the manna that can go stale. It is forever. And it's just such a beautiful picture of seeing that he is the fulfillment of that bread which was in the tabernacle and the bread that came down from heaven. And now we can eat of him. We can be part of him. And that is why the communion is so important. Remembering him, eating the bread, and just reminding ourselves that we can have a piece of Jesus. We can have him part of our life by the presence of the Holy Spirit in us. And that was quite a good sort of looking at how Jesus is represented through the Bible. So in the meantime, you see me, I've gave a title, The Bread of Life there. I just thought I want to bring that in also. And I've just spread all these small little washi tapes and the little pencils there. And I've done more embroidery at the bottom, as you can see it. And I love how this page turned out. I love bringing some thread in there. It was lots of fun to do it. I really recommend you doing that. So if you like this video, please give it a like. I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. If you see what you like, I'll leave all the printables down below which I've used. And you must have a fantastic weekend. And thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.